for the 4th annual Surface Mining Rescue Training and Competition by the Florida Mine Safety Program. Miners have come from far and near to Northwest Florida. 16 teams from multiple states. Yeah, they're excited, but they may get more than they expected.
Y'all try to keep these dots running equal to each other. That keeps your line running about the same speed.
One second. Oh, what happened? Don't touch it. Did you fall?
Oh! Go ahead, haul.
Sir, we'll be with you as soon as we can.
CPR and AED practice, high-angle rope rescue, incipient fire training, and water safety rescue training. Training and competition are all here, and they're judged by the MSHA staff. Yes, the teams want the trophies, but they are also getting challenges and training that are priceless.
I want them to know that it was worth their time to be challenged here besides merely checking the box for required training. So again, we want to build their competence, we want them to network, we want them to understand what their resources are, what their expectations are. We want to know that they have pushed the envelope as a team.
Got bleeding on the forehead, bleeding on the ankle.
A member of the MSHA staff goes a step further and says what you'll see as a team member is this.
They're going to see a group of individuals that are working together for one common goal, to save a fellow miner. That's what they're going to come to see, and that's what this is all about.
Hey buddy, can you hear me? Checking for a pulse.
I'm checking for priapism, I'm checking for tracheal deviation or jugular vein distension.
During training and competition, there are a combination of both field exercises and very detailed classroom training like this with this medical staff on CPR and AED practice.
Do I see any exsanguinating hemorrhage anywhere? Do I see bleeding? So if you see anything that's bleeding, put pressure on it now.
What do the ERT members in this class think of the quality and the importance of the classroom training and the field training?
CPR and AED use is what saves people's lives. All the other stuff past that helps prolong their life and give them a second chance, but the CPR and AED are basic skills that originally saved their life.
The info is very great. Considering there's a doctor teaching us, that's a privilege. We are getting a lot more knowledge, a lot more terminology that we don't use as basic.
None of us know it all. We all need training, we all need extra training, because at the end of the day, there's so many different scenarios out there that could come at us.
Red is Maine, blue is Blay, chain is unhooked.
ERT members at High Angle Rope and Rescue believe that we do need more training. Use of rope pulleys, rope tension, rope travel, and monitoring the team member up or down is underway.
Down on orange.
This was just a great experience. You know, it's a different environment and just a different way of approaching things here right now. Being able to take that back to my team and kind of sharing all that stuff with them and the different tactics on how we train.
You know, I only have maybe a year and a half of experience doing this in particular. You know, I have some pretty amazing individuals that have taught me along the way, and I can share my knowledge with them as well.
The more they can practice together, the more competent they'll be, thus the more confident they'll be in their response.
You can bet at this training and competition, ERT members are becoming more confident with training in incipient fire training.
The current way that we fight fires is a very reactive way. We're hoping to find some proactive approaches that will allow us to be strategic about the way that we place our apparatuses, the way that we place our rescuers and our firefighters so that we can minimize the risk.
We always make the comment that we might be saving one of our teammates, and that has happened in the past, so it's important that we take these trainings seriously and get as much as we can out of them.
Trainers also emphasize that fire prevention and the proper disposal of oily rags, cardboard and plastic, pre-use equipment inspection, and proper equipment fueling methods. There is also water safety and water rescue training. Detailed rescue methods are taught here. Now, one of the greatest hazards is you approaching any drowning victim from the front and having that struggling person grab you in what's called a death grip and causing you to drown. Water safety training places a tremendous emphasis on keeping your body and yourself in the proper position during a rescue that you may perform. We do invite you and your team to come to the next Florida Mine Safety Program training and competition. You will learn far more, and yes, lives will be saved. Here are some final thoughts.
It puts us under pressure and it makes us work with our teams and see who's strong in what area.
I'm hoping to gain a better understanding and knowledge of the most efficient resources to fight fires on our site.
We're hoping to gather some skills that we can take back home.
I feel like jumping in there and talking and helping out is going to help me keep that knowledge and maybe learn something else in the process.
And so what happens if a team member who would normally be performing one function drops out, becomes incapacitated? The other team members have to recognize where the void is, what's the team's priorities, and they know where to fill in.
It's our most precious resource, the miner. We want to be able to be prepared and have our minds prepared as much as they can to be able to save anybody and everybody that they can.
Come, learn, train, and compete, and help ensure a light doesn't have to shine, or we don't have to ring a bell for another fallen miner.